a sky, 'cause you're a sky full of stars.
Hi everyone, we're going to start reading Otter, and this is the first chapter of Otter, and it is by Katherine Applegate. Otter. Chapter 1, The Queen of Play, Monterey Bay, California, and environs. Not exactly guilty. In their defense, sharks do not, as a rule, eat otters. True, sharks sometimes taste them by mistake, leaving frowning bits or the jagged clue of a tooth or two, but then, in fairness, nobody's perfect. Too late. Say an empty belly great white shark is entered by a long, sleek swimmer, a sea lion perhaps. Big fans of blubber sharks. Curious, the sharks move in for a nibble, only to discover he is a sample of surfer oops, or more likely a member of that most charming branch of the weasel family, the southern sea otter. You've been there, haven't you? In the cafeteria line or the breakfast buffet, taking a chance on some new food. Grab, gulp, grimace, you spit the offending item into a napkin. No harm, no foul. Same goes for the shark, who quickly reconsiders and retreats. Of course, by then, it's often too late for the surfer, and almost always too late for the otter. Hunger. One such shark is prowling the waters this very morning. It's daybreak, cloudless and shell pink. And for the moment that the bay seems to blush, there is his dorsal fin cutting through the calm waves. The shark is an adolescent, a marine twin, streamlined and strong, but small for his age, and from his visual haunts today. His last meal, a ray and 2 honey turtles, was 3 days ago. Pathetic by any measure. No need to worry. Hunger has a way of focusing the mind. If there is food to be found, rest assured, he will find it. Otter number 156, not far from the shark. Otter number 156 floats on her back, forepaws and flippers held aloft, soaking up sun like tiny solar panels, tucked in a pocket of skin under her arm. It's a favorite rock, just right for opening mussels and clams. She has seen more than a few sharks in her 3 years, has even seen them kill. But right now, her only concern is what to eat for breakfast. Numbers and names. Friends call number 156 Otter, but humans prefer their numbers. They count cards and sheep, errors and at-bats, minutes and blessings. Here in the bay, they count otters too. Squiggles and Splash. There's a reason for those numbers. Endearing names enchant the public, luring humans too close. Numbers are aloof, but names are sticky. Fussy rescuer to the rescued. Scientist to subject. Human to otter. And it's not hard to fall in love with any otter pup. It's a shame, really. Think of the possibilities. Squiggles and Splash and Potter and Noodle, Otter and Oswald and Ozzy and Obi. Still, it's better this way. The otters need all the help they can get. Questions. Her mom called her Otter from the moment she was born. Something about the way the little pup never settled. Something about the way her eyes were always full of questions. To eat or not to eat. A few feet away from Otter, her favorite companion, Kari, drifts on her back, aimless as a log. Kari, 2 years older than Otter, has shiny ebony fur. Otter smaller and more agile, has a deep brown coat and caramel-colored head. Play. Otter wants to know or eat. First we eat, then we play, answers Kari, who is always practical and cautious sort. It's annoying, but when you're a free spirit like Otter, teaming with a wise and solid anchor is never a bad idea. First we play, then we eat, says Otter. She gives her friend a soft nose nudge and dives through the quiet water, thick with eelgrass. Communication. When you cannot text or email, whisper a secret or about a protest. When words are not your way, how do you share what you know? Otters whistle and whine, snarl and hiss, blow and snort, and don't forget, sight and scent, and most of all, touch, nudges, and licks, headbutts, and gentle bites. Every species has its tricks. Underwater. Underwater, there's no need for noise, for grunts or squeals or chirps. Not when you can twist and pretzel the weave. Not when you've turned frolic into art. Ballet. The chase begins. Through the marshy shadows of Elkhorn slow toward the icy deep waters of the bay. In, out, up, down, pirouettes and lifts and dips. A bubbly ballet. Fair enough, Kari says, when they pause at last. Their small smooth heads could be slick rocks in a riverbed. Otter flips back, disappears, pops up a few feet away. Silly minnows, she teases, just a little bit farther, and the ballet moves on to Act 2. The sloth. The sloth is heavy for an otter, placid and swampy, with easy pickings just a few feet down. And voila, your meal. Of course, there are more humans around sightseeing boats, kayaks, and canoes, everyone anxious to glimpse the otters and the sea lions, the regal but great blue heron and the double-crested cormorants, the comical pelicans. There's a picture there. The bay beyond the slough lies Monterey Bay, a whole different animal, a watery whale, huge and intimidating, but breathtaking. Beneath the surface, kelp forests weave green blankets while sun shafts cut like blades. Some say the food is better there. Succulent crabs, if you're willing to work for them, but the dangers give many second thoughts. Not Otter, though. She loves a good crab. Daily schedule. An otter's life goes like this. Eat, groom, sleep. Eat, groom, sleep. Eat, groom, sleep. But always there's time for a bit of deep diving, whale chasing, tail spinning, smooth gliding, babbling, blowing, and fun. The queen of play. Nobody plays like Otter plays. Nobody has her moves. She loves to rough house. Can be pushy and eager, too unruly for some, but watch her work the water is a joy. She doesn't just swim to the bottom. She dive bombs. She doesn't just somersault. She triple donuts. She doesn't just ride the waves. She makes them. Diet. The shark, meanwhile, is closer to the mouth of the slough, still hunting, a soundless ocean ghost. He can eat hugely, gorge, and go for days unfed. But a sea otter is always eating. Luckily, her belly doubles as a dinner table. Without the swaddling blubber of a seal or a whale, she must consume a quarter of her weight each day. Abalones and sea urchins, octopuses and sea stars, mussels and crabs and clams. Like a carb-loading marathoner, like a hummingbird sipping nectar dawn to dusk. Here's a picture. Faws. No one pities sharks. There are no great white bambus, and that's to be expected. Given the grim smile, those thousands of triangular teeth, row upon row upon row. There are other perks, though. The way the ocean seems to part at their approach, and don't forget the Hollywood factor. A movie like Jaws could never be made about otters. Jaws. Cute. Still, it's hard. If you're an ocean resident, not to resent otters, their easy popularity, the way they woo the crowds. They are, it's been said, the champions of cute. Those eyes like a doe's, the impressive whiskers, the gold medal aquatic gymnastics, and being photogenic does help with memes, with keeping the fans engaged. Only the foolish want selfies with a shark. Kayaker. Otter twists and sees what she has already heard and scented. A human slicing through the small waves, half his body tucked in a hard shell, slapped like a giant sardine. His awkward churning, a paddle for paws, is painful to watch. She loves kayakers, admires their hopeless desire to be what they cannot. Creatures of the water. Her. She has visited several. Curious about their sweating foreheads and water bottles and binoculars they use for eyes. The kayaker slows and the otter slips underwater, coming up close enough to see his white teeth and smell his exertion. Wary. Otter? It's Kari calling urgently. Always the killjoy. Every worry. Otter, she calls again. Keep your distance. The kayaker makes sounds. Kind ones, Otter decides. As it happens, she has heard the share of angry humans. Still, she does as Kari has commanded, and with a stroke of her tail, she vanishes from view. Scolding. Sorry, Otter tells Kari. Sometimes I forget to be careful. Kari paddles in a lazy circle. One of these days, they will put you in a cage, and I will never see you again. One of these days, you'll end up at high water. For good. You worry too much, Kari, Otter says. Why? Do you get so close to them? Kari says. Just curious, Otter answers. They helped me once, don't forget. Otter submerges her head, then lifts and shakes it. The droplets catch the sun. There's a nice picture of her. High water. The otters call it high water. The aquarium perched above the edge of the bay. More land than water. More air than ocean. The accommodations are solid, if you happen to be a water dweller. The staff is first rate. The food to die for. House rules enforced with vigor. Predators keep away from prey, separated by thick walls of glass. Not a bad place to stay, all things considered. Although once you've checked in, departing can be difficult. Troublemaker. Otter has been in trouble before. She has a soft spot for humans. Understandable, given the way she was raised, considering all she was taught. So what if she investigates a dock or sandbar from time to time? So what if she nudges a scuba diver to say hello? So what if she tries to leap onto a kayak or a canoe? Or better know her story. Is that so wrong? Yes, says the other otters. Kari too. And judging by the way certain humans trap and relocate her to quiet waters away from trouble. Whenever she gets too friendly, 8 times and counting, maybe her friends have a point. Okay, we're going to stop there. That's page 36, and we'll see you guys next time.